Hi, I'm Johan. I like to sit down with people doing meaningful and interesting things. This can be all about health lifestyle or something about personal development or something for the community, like sharing ideas worth spreading. Like Lawrence is doing many things. You do Aikido, you play music, and you facilitate samurai games.
That's right, Johan.
That's busy, right? You have a busy life.
Very busy. I'm very busy.
Good.
Yeah.
So thanks
but
for
I love
your
everything
time.
I do.
I know
I'm
that.
enjoying it.
I know that. Let's talk a bit about the samurai game. What do you
Sure.
think? When I first heard this name, samurai game, first thought I had was like, who's a samurai? What are the samurai?
Yes, Johan, this is a very good question because, in fact, we postulate a lot that, especially in the West, we have a lot of history books and videos, films portraying the samurai, and a lot of people claiming to know what a samurai is. And indeed, we have some idea of what is a samurai. I guess unless you're really like Japanese with a samurai history, we don't really have a full in-depth understanding of what is a samurai. But on reading the concepts and the ideas, we do know that the samurai was a feuding warrior in history. He was a nobility from the 11th century to the 19th century Japan. He was in the civil wars, fighting for the royalty, fighting for the society. The word samurai itself is one who serves. So you can imagine this warrior giving service to their community, to their king, or the daimyo as it's called in Japanese, and providing a loyal basis on which the daimyo can rule a kingdom. Later on in the Edo period, this is the period of peace, the last 200 years of existence of the samurai had more of a kind of a philosopher, artisan, cultural person, he was portrayed in this way more than one who does war. So there's a kind of contrast to the samurai. We understand them as warriors, but we also understand them as people of great culture, cultured people, a bit higher level of thinking person. So the samurai is used as a role in the samurai game, and it's important to have some kind of understanding of the samurai, and this is how we understand it in the game.
Very interesting and complex in the same time.
Right.
So you're doing these samurai games. Let's go now to the second part of this term, samurai game, or label or name. What is this samurai game? How is it linked to? Because I read on the web it's about leadership, team building. How do all these come together in a game?
Yeah. Well, the samurai game. First of all, I should mention that the samurai game was founded by George Leonard. It's a copyrighted game which only certified facilitators can run.
So you have some diploma, or?
Yeah, I have a certification since March 2013. So I've been doing it for like just over 3 years.
How many people have this?
There's like, I believe there's like 60 to 70 people in the world who have this certification. I'm the first certified in the Netherlands. In March 2013 I was certified, and shortly after, a couple of years after, then came another person. So there's 2 people now in the Netherlands who are facilitating the samurai game. So it's still quite rarely known, but it's starting to get a little bit more popular.
What is it about?
Okay, the game itself, the samurai game, basically it's a war between 2 armies. It's a war game of some kind.
But I don't die if I play it.
Well, you don't die literally, of course, but you virtually die in the game when you lose a battle.
Tell me about it.
Well, you do battles, and they're one-on-one battles, but you fight for your team. So at some point there's a dilemma. There's a dilemma between actually the individual and the team. Do you fight in honor of yourself or in honor of your team? And this concept of honor is very important. As you know, the virtues of the samurai are honor, courage, respect, loyalty, sincerity. compassion, and integrity. And we try to apply these virtues to the role of the samurai in order to understand what do we do in our normal lives, how do we respond, how do we make decisions. In the samurai game, you're meant to act as samurai in the way of like making clear, committed decisions. Do we do that in our normal lives with everyday actions? So it really allows an inquiry about how do we act in normal life. And to do this, we have to bring us into a context of a virtual world of the samurai.
So I can imagine that I'm in this Japanese setting, like in a dojo. You're probably dressed as a samurai, as a leader, and we do these battles. And then there should be some discussion after.
Right. That's right, Johan. Indeed, you make a battle and you do the war. So the war is not physical, by the way. It's not like you're going to hit each other. It's not going to be sparring.
So I'm safe.
You'll be totally fine.
Okay.
People of all fitness levels can do this.
Good.
You don't have to be a martial artist. You don't have to know anything special about the samurai, actually. But you will learn something about them through a little bit research before the game takes place. And so you'll be doing the battles, and then after you do the battles, there'll be an outcome. There'll be a winning army.
Yep.
But everybody will have an experience of some kind during the game. So the point is to be able to share that experience. We will have a time for getting together as a group and discussing with each other what did happen actually during the game. What happened to you, and how did you see certain challenges taking place from your perspective and from other people's perspective, and then those shared perspectives will bring a great overall knowledge for everybody in order to take home with them as a kind of gift.
So I get out of my comfort zone, I observe others, I observe myself, I make decisions, I see how others see my decisions, and I evaluate others' decisions, and everybody grows.
That's right. Yeah.
So it's about leadership. It's about
There's a lot of levels. There's leadership. There's communication. How do you work? How do you act as a team member? It's great for companies. It's great for leadership trainings or team buildings. But it's also a great workshop for the public to come along and just find out for yourself more about yourself and discover yourself in a safe environment. Although you go outside your comfort zone, you don't do it in an uncomfortable way.
Okay, interesting. And tell me a bit about, like, why are you doing this? How did you learn about the samurai game?
Right. I have to give thanks to Aikido, actually. Aikido is an activity which I've been busy with for a great part of my life now, 23 years already. That's not my age. That's how long I've been doing Aikido. And I became 4th Dan instructor. And at a certain point, when you get to a certain level in Aikido, it's not just about doing the techniques, going over and over again, doing the same movement.
So you want to understand a bit what does it mean, make it more meaningful.
Right.
Not just the physical activity. So bring it a bit of more meaning into it, right?
Sure. You need a bigger in-depth knowledge in order to be able to understand your art, in order to go further into it and to be able to embody what you're doing in your normal life and to make it actually something functional, something that you can really do and apply to normal life.
Yeah.
And therefore I came across the samurai game actually just going on a world trip at some point, and I stopped by in California, the home of the samurai game. I met Lawrence Warry, he's the worldwide facilitator coordinator. We got talking and I thought, this is the thing which is going to help me expand my knowledge of Aikido, believe it or not. These outside things, not actually Aikido on the tatami, but actually going outside of Aikido and looking further to see what brings you into an understanding of what you're doing with Aikido. I felt this is really what the samurai game is giving me. And you can look for it in different ways. Maybe you want to do Zen meditation, or you'd like to practice the art of the sword, Iaido. But there are other ways, of course. But the samurai game was really, this is for me. This is what I can really bring to myself and to my community and elevate our knowledge of our self-knowledge and development and make it very useful in our daily lives.
So tell me a bit about the history of yourself as a facilitator. Like, how often do you organize these games? Where do you organize these games? if I want to do this game, how can I see when is the next game?
Well, Johan, you can already come, to the next game whenever it's going to be on. I'll definitely invite you to the next game.
Thank you.
You're more than welcome to join. Bring your friends.
I will. Good.
I'm constantly looking for new opportunities, places. I've been traveling with the Samurai game. I've been recently to Bulgaria and Geneva, and there's a growing interest all around the world for the Samurai game. In the Netherlands, I'm pretty well established in The Hague and Amsterdam now. I'm running games almost yearly, sometimes twice a year in The Hague and Amsterdam. And people are more than welcome to come and enjoy a weekend with me and the group that's going to be there. It's open to the public. All people can come, all walks of life. You don't have to be fit, as I said. You can be a non-martial artist. You can be just interested in chess, if you like, or any other activity you
Normal
want.
person.
And anybody, all walks of life can come along and enjoy the Samurai game. All ages, men and women. Feel free to join and really feel the integration, feel the coming together of people and sharing of perspectives. This is really what it's about.
Great. So, just before we finish, you talk about this game with such a passion. Like, I really would like to have you as a facilitator, so to see how it is and, learn from you, because, you speak about leadership, you speak about getting out of your comfort zone. Like, you really inspire me to do this. And I was like thinking about how do you see leadership? Who is a good leader for you?
Well, thank you for the compliment, by the way. And I wasn't searching for those compliments, but I appreciate it very much that you see it like this. A leader, you can see in many ways what is a leader, of course. We don't want to lead by just commanding, so there has to be more depth than just commanding and telling somebody what to do. And indeed, leadership really starts when you listen. When you really understand the needs of other people. And in the Samurai game, you exercise to be a leader, whatever role you have. In the game itself, there are two leaders. There's two daimyos. And they face each other and they send their team, their armies to do battle. Mm-hmm. But in fact, every player is a leader in the Samurai game. Everybody is a leader. And it's important to recognize, how do you lead? And what are you doing in leading? And essentially, you're expressing your needs and you're influencing other people to get those needs achieved. So whether you're a samurai soldier or a leader or a ninja or any other role in the game, we are all leaders. And we all need to express our needs. And this is exactly what we have to do in the game of life.
Well, Lawrence, thank you for this meaningful conversation.
Thank you, Johan.
Wish you all the best for your next Samurai games and in your Aikido teachings and whatever interesting things you do.
Thank you.
And remember that there are Samurai games all the time. Amsterdam, Hague, right?
Right.
And the next is in The Hague.
In The Hague. On
next weekend.
Yeah,
So
15th of October, starting at 5 p.m. at the Hagakumi Dojo. That's the Mint 277. You'll get a link on the screen, so just click the link and we'll take you to the event.
well, thanks again. Thanks for watching. And yeah, come to the Samurai games. Bye.